Tomodachi Life, a game where you create Miis and you interact with them. It's a game close related to The Sims, but made by Nintendo. When I was a kid, it was a game I loved, and still love today. And with the announcement of the second game coming out, Living the Dream, my excitement is through the roof. But then, I started questioning something. Something that had been a mystery to me since the original game's release in 2013, and since I have had the game since 2017. Where is the Tomodachi Life Island located? Yes, the island where your Miis live, get married, have kids, sing, make friends, get on the news, break up, play frisbee, skateboard, sleep, fight, take photos, go to the cafe, go to the beach, go to the observatory tower. All of it. Where in the world is it located? Let's find out. Now, I know the game is fictional, but if it weren't, and the island was real, where would it be? When you first buy the game, you are brought to a view of your new island, and an opening line appears. The opening line states, "Here sits a little island in the middle of the ocean." So, to start our criteria, we were looking for a little island, and this island has to be in one of the world's oceans. So either Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Arctic, or the Southern Ocean. At first glance, the game has a very Asian aesthetic. I mean, the game is made by Nintendo, so off the bat you could assume the island would be somewhere in the Pacific Ocean or Oceania, both of which have many different islands. However, the game has things from all over the world. The food is from all sorts of different places, and the apartment and clothes range from a bunch of different jokes to real spots and real things, giving the game no real point of influence. To add to the confusion, the island has different seasons, most notably being summer and winter. Now, as you should know, it needs to be below 0 Celsius for snow to stay on the ground. This is sometimes bypassed, but that's usually the rule. So the island must be in the northern hemisphere. Now, this means anything above the equator, but this could mean somewhere warm where snow doesn't stay. So to be more precise, we need somewhere where snow will stay for the coldest months. So the line in which we will separate the map is basically in the middle of the United States, following Kentucky, Missouri, and Kansas. So looking at the map, this cuts off most of each ocean. So the criteria now sets itself. It needs to be a little island, it needs to be in one of the 5 oceans, it needs to have seasons, including snow, and it has to be in the northern half of the northern hemisphere. That was complicated. I mean the line I drew on the map. To start this mystery, I wanted to look into something that was on my mind the moment I thought of this question. Dreams. Dreams are something that happen quite often in the game, either when a Mii goes to bed to nap or to sleep at night, or when you hypnotize them using a hypnotizer. These dreams range from normal to very weird, but one of them caught my attention. Watch.
That's between you and me, but you have a long hair sticking out of your nose. What?
There. This is the dream called Unbelievable. It starts with one of your Miis telling the other something, well, unbelievable. This sends their face flying into space. Now, when the dream zooms out from the island, it shows us somewhere familiar. You guessed it, the Pacific Ocean. The face's earliest location is right in between Japan and Australia, and if we zoom in on this area of the map, we find small little islands. This checks 2 boxes on our checklist already, the ocean one and the little island. The 3 most notable islands are Paulu, the islands controlled by Micronesia, and the US-owned islands of Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands. Go a little farther north and you find the Japanese island of Ogasawara. Nintendo, having made the game and being from Japan, maybe wanted to have the game set on a Japanese island. However, this theory is shot down by the fact these islands have very warm climates and unfortunately have never had snow, again defeating the idea of the island being in the Pacific Ocean. These islands are in the northern hemisphere, but are not above our line, therefore making 2 items on our criteria not being checked. Now, this was just a dream sequence, so it could have led anywhere. Another dream I want to talk about is exclusive to the Korean version of the game, called Bungee, where your me is trying to back out of a bungee jump, but another is pressuring you on. The backdrop of the dream is a big blurry city, which immediately reminded me of buildings you'd see in the Middle East. But again, this is only a dream. We will come back to talk about this very dream later, so let's leave this here for now. Moving on, there's another scene in the game which may give us a better hint to where our island actually is. Another part of the game is a me's well-being. They have a range of different problems. Sometimes they want to play games, sometimes they want to ask someone out, which is definitely the most exciting part of the game, and sometimes they want new clothes. But most importantly, they are often hungry. When they're hungry, you have to feed them. And you have a crazy range of all sorts of different foods from all over the world. Why I bring this up is because one of the special things about feeding your me is their favorite food. If they hate it, they melt or they cough. But if it's their favorite food, however, either they dance or they lift off into space, leaving from. Northern Canada. Now, zooming in on this area, we can be more precise on an island called Devon Island. Devon Island is the largest uninhabited island in the world. Its bare landscape and cold weather had invited a group of scientists to start the Flashline Mars Arctic Research Station. The station's mission is, quote, "The station's mission is to help develop key knowledge needed to prepare for human Mars exploration and to inspire the public by making real vision of human exploration of Mars." The summers there go up to only about 4 to 8 degrees Celsius, and even go as low as to negative 50 degrees Celsius in the winter. Now this gives us our first check mark on the cold criteria. The island is also above our imaginary line, adding another check to our list. Now, you may be wondering, Simon, this island is not in the ocean. Well, that's where you would be wrong. Northern Canada is dominated by islands, especially in the province of Nunavut. The reason I bring this up is that there are a special name for a bunch of islands that are together, an archipelago. The definition of an archipelago states, an archipelago is an area The definition of an archipelago states, an archipelago is an area that contains a chain or group of islands scattered in lakes, rivers, or oceans. And if we have a look at the Devon Island Wikipedia page, it states that the island is a part of something called the Arctic Archipelago. For a little bit extra sauce to be added to the pan right now, the Arctic Ocean borders also look like this, including Devon Island, therefore adding the third check to the list for ocean. Now, also bringing up the dream Bungee, as I talked about earlier, I feel like the buildings in the background of the image kind of look like the buildings in Nunavut, but again, the background is blurry and it's hard for us to see exactly what we are looking at. The final check on the list is the Little Island category. Now, Devon Island is so far a fantastic guess and has been able to mark 3 of the 4 boxes, but this is where we run into a problem. Devon Island is, again, the world's largest uninhabited island, and it doesn't get that name for no reason. The island is actually the 27th largest island in the world at 524 kilometers long, and a width that goes from 155 kilometers at some places to a staggering 476 kilometers. It is not a small island at all. Now, how could this possibly be our island? Well, I wanted to find out how big the Tomodachi Life Island actually was. Someone has actually already asked this question and gave me a rough estimate. The person who asked was Shell_Lurker_Pog, asking what estimate dimensions are there in the Tomodachi Life Island, and Gear Affectionate 1120 gave the idea that given the me's are 1 inch wide, I assume they wouldn't be more than 5 meters. At the end of his calculations, he found out that it seems that the island is 23 meters wide. But at 23 meters, this would make it smaller than the smallest inhabited island, funny enough, called Just Enough Room Island. It's in fact so small that Just Enough Room Island is twice the size. But I wanted to find out how big the island was using real life sizes. The Tomodachi Life Island has an area where married couples will build/live in a house. And going back to Devon Island, the island is in the province of Nunavut. So searching for the average size of a home in Nunavut's biggest city, Iqaluit, we can add this number to every house and see how many houses fit on the island and go from there. An average home in Iqaluit is 8.5 by 9.1 meters. In the married house area, there are 50 houses, 10 columns and 5 rows. Let's imagine that the 9.1 meters is the length of the house, making it so that one column is 91 meters. Now let me use my magic skills and add the photo of itself, and voila! We are left with approximately 34 houses and an island length of 309.4 meters. Now for its width. The amount of houses I could fit side by side across the island sat at 39, which sets its width at 354.9 meters. So this proves that our island, Devon Island, is way too big to be our island. Now, I'm lost. I don't know where to look next. The world itself is just too big. There's too many islands, and I don't know where to look in the game anymore. But wait a second. What if instead of looking farther away, what if we looked closer? Here it is, our small island. The island is so small that it's smaller than the infamous Hans Island, the island which was disputed between Canada and Denmark for up to 50 years. The infamous Hans Island is only 1.2 kilometers in length, while our island is smaller than the area of what Canada owns of the island, which is only 40%. Our island is the perfect size. Now, I don't know how big the island actually is, and neither does it really have a name. I believe that the island may just be part of Devon Island, then that's why it doesn't have a name. I think it's safe to say that this island in the Canadian North is the Tomodachi Life Island. It checks all of our boxes and is the exact area to where our proof states. Now, this mystery was a lot of fun, and let me know what you guys think about this idea. Now, I definitely missed some things as I didn't put a huge amount of research into this video, so if there's anything you want to add or state that'll help me figure out where the island actually is at if I got it wrong, then that would be great. So just leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And also for the second game coming out, which I'm going to be super excited for, I do actually have Tomodachi Life. I still have it to this day. Hopefully there's a video showing me playing it or something from my DS, but yeah, it's still one of my favorite games all time, honestly. And I thought of this idea like almost over a year ago whenever I made my Young Dawn video, which yes, I've been gone that long, but I'm definitely going to try to start using this account more. But yeah, but I thought of this idea a long ass time ago, and now that the second game has been announced, I thought, fuck it, let's make a video about it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've been gone for a very long time, but I think I'm going to be using the account again to try to pull some more things like this. I put a lot of work into this video. For the last like 3 days, I've been doing a lot of research, and I've written this whole script. And now I'm going to do a bunch of more editing so I can finish this whole video, because I'm pre-recording this message, of course. But yeah, guys, please hit the like button. Please hit the comment button. You know, let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the style. Let me know what you think of my answer. And I really want to hear you guys' thoughts. Go check out the gaming channel. It is linked on my channel, or I'll link it down in the description. Yeah, guys, that's it. So have a wonderful day wherever you're watching this. And yeah, that's it. Alright, goodbye everybody.